Luke Skywalker, the quintessential hero, arguably the most popular character in modern Western fiction. Over 4 decades after his debut, he continues to stay relevant and still has an impact on culture and entertainment. I'm also 95% sure that he's a schizophrenic, and I'm gonna try to prove it right now, with science! I'll be going through Luke's story in the original trilogy and analyzing it through a psychiatric lens. I'm only going through the original trilogy because that's the self-contained complete story from which all other Star Wars works come from.
Let's get this party started.
Schizophrenia usually manifests itself in late teens, and the main cause of it is stress. One of the most commonly mentioned sources of stress is bereavement, which is the loss of someone close to you, for those who don't know. Luke is a poor teenage orphan who lives in the ghetto. Already plenty of sources of stress there. In Act 1 of A New Hope, he loses his home and the only family members he is aware of. He also meets and befriends a father figure he never had, only to witness that father figure get murdered right in front of his eyes. That's 3 cases of bereavement in a short period of time. At that point, his schizophrenia manifests itself for the very first time in the form of a short auditory hallucination.
Run, Luke, run!
After that, he goes to war and witnesses other soldiers get blown up around him, which triggers another hallucination.
Use the Force, Luke.
His next incident occurs in The Empire Strikes Back on Hoth. He gets injured and almost eaten by a Yeti. Then he almost freezes to death. Right before he passes out and goes into a coma, when his brain is at its weakest, another hallucination appears, this time more powerful and longer than the last one.
You will go to the Dagobah system.
He obeys and goes to a weird planet in a faraway solar system. One of the main reasons why schizophrenia gets stronger as time goes on is drug use. After Luke breathes in the mysterious vapor on Dagobah for extended periods of time, he goes to a cave where he fights with and kills himself. Now wait a damn minute, I can already hear you say. Yoda heard Obi-Wan's voice and he was aware of Luke's vision in the cave. Checkmate, atheists! Well, not exactly. Yoda is also a hallucination.
You take that back! No.
Go through the original trilogy again. Other than Luke and the voices in Luke's head, nobody is aware of Yoda's existence and nobody ever mentions him. Obi-Wan is mentioned several times but not Yoda. That's because he's not really there. I'm not just gonna leave it at that. I'm going to explain what Yoda represents in Luke's head. Buckle up, everyone!
It's going to be a bumpy ride!
Luke feels small and weak. He lacks the skills and confidence. He's not sure whether the Empire can be defeated. Yoda appears small and weak but is actually very powerful. His skills are unmatched and he's extremely confident. He's like Obi-Wan on steroids. He's an idealized version of a Jedi Master. He is who Luke wishes he could be. Yoda is Luke's Tyler Durden.
I look like you want to look, I fuck like you want to fuck, I am smart, capable, and most importantly, I'm free in all the ways that you are not.
Think about it. The deep force philosophy that Yoda regurgitates are just vague things that Luke's mind could easily create based on what Obi-Wan told him in A New Hope.
It's an energy field created by all living things. It surrounds us and penetrates us. It binds the galaxy together.
It's energy. Surrounds us. And binds us.
His training? Luke trained himself. And before you say that it's impossible to reach the level Luke did by training yourself, take a look at the screen for a moment. You see all these things that I'm doing? Seems like it's not possible to learn that on your own, and yet I've never had a teacher. I simply looked at people better than me when I started, which is what Luke did in A New Hope, and went from there on my own. After battling and losing to people more skilled than me, which is what happened when Luke confronted Vader in The Empire Strikes Back, I was made aware of my shortcomings and incorporated that newly acquired knowledge into my future training. What I'm saying is,
it's entirely possible.
When Luke becomes the strong and confident Jedi he wanted to be, his mind kills off Yoda because he's not needed anymore. I know what you're thinking right now. What about the end of Return of the Jedi? Leia sees the Force ghosts. No, she doesn't. Check that scene again. She doesn't even look that way. Well, that's my hot take on Luke Skywalker. I realize that many people would disagree with it, and I welcome any counterpoints to mine. I love a good intellectual exchange. Thank you for watching.